Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel where I teach you all sorts of stuff. And in this video, we're gonna learn about all the essential fats that you need to have in your. I mean, not essential fats, and by that I don't mean in biology we have essential fats as well. I think so, or are they called complete fats or complete proteins? I don't know. Not the scientific version. Essential as in all the fats you need to have in your pantry to make good food that tastes good, that's true to the cuisine's origin, or whatever dish you're preparing, it's true to that, true to its roots. And there's another fat I forgot to add in here, which I'm gonna add right now. And that is butter. There's salted, and there's here, no. Okay, so again, even this video is going to be improv, on the fly, thinking things to say as I'm thinking about them, or saying things as I'm thinking about them. Um, and don't worry, I'm not going to save anything for the next video. I'm going to talk about what I've promised to talk about. Um, Even I get impatient sometimes. As much hate as I have for impatience and the new trend of consuming media in short few seconds, I too what's that word? I too am susceptible to that. I too am anyway. So let's start from right to left, which makes the most sense, right? Right to left, we right, left to right, so we'll start right to left. This is canola oil, and many oils can be substituted for this one, like the what this is used for, its application, like maize, corn oil, rice bran oil, soybean oil, I think. Yeah, and the main characteristics are that there are no characteristics. This is a neutral oil, so you can pretty much use it for anything that you don't want to impart a strong flavor to. Um, so things like deep frying, definitely. It's an essential for deep frying. Fried chicken, just some Indian dishes, any of the restaurant dishes that you have in Indian cuisine, except butter chicken, of course. It's in the name. Canola oil. What else? Yeah, making cakes, making desserts. Um, Definitely. Sometimes you use butter, but sometimes you need oil. Making pancakes, waffles, and also very useful to season your cast iron. Again, something that doesn't impart a lot of flavor to anything you apply it to. Has decent smoke point, I think. I just use this for my cast iron, or what's the other one? Carbon steel pans. So that's any, any seed oil, as they say on social media, any seed oil that's been bleached and heat treated and everything to make it flavorless, most for the most part colorless. Yeah, that's the first essential oil. I'm not exactly, not essential oils. Essential oil as in uh, essential oils are snake oil, right? The second fact we have here is ghee or clarified butter, and both of these are made from cow's milk, but I don't think I've ever noticed any difference between cow milk ghee and buffalo milk ghee. I don't think I've ever even tasted both of them. Um, so this is the first thing I can think of where I would use this is making a nice Parsi omelette. Definitely useful for that. Uh, I think many of the high heat applications where you'd want to use butter, but you want to cook something at a higher heat because butter burns, or butter turns into clarified butter, I guess, and it has a lot of water, so you can't use butter. But what other things do we use clarified butter for? mm, Tastes good on dosas, although I don't use it on dosas. Would taste good on pancakes. I think in whatever I cook, very limited application, definitely. On rice, yes. Delicious on rice. And some seasoning. Mm, just some rice, ghee, and some seasoning, some traditional Indian seasonings. Makes for a quick meal. Um, yeah, some Indian curries like aloo tomato, potato and tomato curry. You could use a couple of different fats for that, but this is one option. Other than that, I don't think I like using ghee very much. It has a particular flavor that I don't like, unless unless there are other flavors that mask it. But I like the texture it gives to dishes, especially when they cool down. It solidifies, and you don't get that with other oils. That's key for you. Then there is mustard oil. Again, I think very important to have in your pantry. If I had an option, I think I would skip ghee. Not very essential, I think. Mustard oil, very essential for some cuisines. North North Indian, some North Indian dishes, and definitely a lot of northeastern, not extremely northeastern, but the east coast, northeastern coast of India. Cuisines from Odisha, West Bengal. probably Bangla cuisine, I guess. I don't know about Bangla cuisine that much, but I think UP, Bihar, MP also tastes delicious in aloo methi. That's fenugreek and potato, uh, like a not a salad. It's cooked fenugreek leaves with potato, stir fried all together. Um, yeah, just a very strong, pungent flavor to this oil. It's cold pressed. Make sure you get the cold pressed version. Otherwise, there's no point in getting this. You might as well get a neutral canola oil if you are not getting it cold pressed, and that preserves all the flavor, all the pungency in the oil. Mm, there's a really delicious might be an acquired taste, but I think most people like it. There's a really delicious Odia okra and potato recipe that uses a lot of mustard oil, a lot of mustards, and a lot of poppy seeds. And you can't you that this oil just makes that dish. You can't get that signature taste without this, which is why I think even if it's just for that one dish, I think it's worth having this oil in the pantry. One thing to note about this oil in the US is most of them will say that they're for external use only for some reason. I mean, the reason is that there is some chemical in here, natural chemical, that is linked to heart disease, but the evidence is shaky on that. I wouldn't worry much. What else is mustard oil great in? I think salads makes for a good salad dressing, just like olive oil. I guess this is the olive oil of northeast India. Just mix it with some vinegar, sugar, or honey, shake it, emulsify it. That would make a really nice salad dressing. Yeah, that's mustard oil. This again is another mustard oil which I haven't opened yet. And then in the end we have toasted sesame oil. The biggest cuisine that uses this and is essential to is Chinese cuisine, East Asian cuisine, Chinese, Japanese, Thai, Korean, everything. I don't know it that much about those cuisines, but from what I've seen, this is a big ingredient in most of those cuisines. Just yeah, cold press. Make sure you get the cold pressed one so that it has all the flavor preserved in the oil. And all these cold pressed oils, people might say you can't fry stuff in them. I disagree. You can definitely stir fry, shallow fry stuff. Doesn't hurt. Maybe it's a waste of good ingredients, but I mean, you need to use it up anyway. You need to use the whole bottle in a certain amount of time, otherwise it goes bad, it goes rancid. So I might as well add a bit of flavor if I can. This is great in just topped on noodles like dan dan noodles, salads, even cheap 2-minute ramen noodles. It'll just elevate that simple bowl of ramen. Really essential for making chili oil as well. You make chili oil using this oil versus store-bought chili oil. This thing is going to taste 10 times better. And yeah, those are all the oils that I have. There are two big oils that are missing from this lineup, and that's groundnut oil. Again, I would get the cold pressed one, and good quality olive oil. So the thing about groundnut oil is it's essential, I think, in making fried rice. So you start with some groundnut oil and then finish with some toasted sesame oil, maybe. Yeah, I guess sesame oil and groundnut oil are the two big oils. Big oil used in East Asian cuisine. And then olive oil, of course, very essential. Making omelets, fried egg tastes really good when made in nice, good quality extra virgin olive oil. Um, Salads, pasta, top it up on pasta. Just top on anything, top on freshly toasted bread instead of butter. Um, Pizza, any kind of Italian cuisine, you need to have olive oil. Otherwise, if you use any other kind of oil, it's not going to taste Italian. At least that's what I think. And then we have butter, of course. This is salted butter. So some of the applications, like some of the dishes that can be made with olive oil, can also be made with butter, like eggs, pancakes. And then we have unsalted butter, useful in baking, making cakes, cookies, brownies. You need to have both, because if you're baking with butter, you need to be controlling the amount of salt that you're adding. You can't just let the salted butter make the decisions for you. Or you'll need to, you can't assess how much salt you need, even if you taste the batter and you think the recipe calls for 8 grams, and how will you ever know how much salt the butter added? Because it's going to taste different when it's baked. You can't taste the batter and assess it that way. So I think I buy unsalted butter when I'm going to bake, and then just keep the rest of it in the fridge. But salted butter is a must in any kitchen. Great for eggs. Top it up on dosa, bread, of course, toast. You can't have toast without butter. Burgers. Not the actual burger, but toasting the buns. Yeah, I think that covers all the facts you need to have in a well-stocked pantry. If I need, so if I had to choose from only one fat that I could keep in the kitchen, I think that would be it's a hard one, but I think I'll choose cold pressed extra virgin olive oil. Most versatile, you can use it on, not really suited for any of the Indian recipes, but most other recipes you can get away with using olive oil, and I don't want to compromise on Italian cuisine not having olive oil, so I think that's the one I'd choose. It's a close between, it comes close, butter comes close, salted butter, so maybe salted butter. I'm changing my mind. I think I'll have just salted butter in the pantry if I had one choice. If I could give up one oil, one fat, I think that would be the one that's not here, of course, peanut oil. Limited application in my opinion. Many of the actually I missed another one, coconut oil. Okay, so peanut oil I think is also useful in some other Indian cuisines like West Indian, I think Maharashtrian, Gujarati maybe, I'm not really sure, but Maharashtrian definitely. Making a nice aubergine eggplant curry, need to have groundnut oil, and then coconut oil I think is essential for any of the South Indian cuisines. I'd rather have a sambar or a rasam made from coconut oil than any other oil. Also for coconut chutney, even the hot oil, the tadka that's given on top, I'd do it with coconut oil any day. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you get all these fats into your diet. Variety is key. Don't stick to any one thing. Don't overdo one thing. That way, I'm not gonna make any medical claims here. Just keeps the, keeps the palate fresh. At least you get different tastes with every dish you make. And as I said earlier, the thing that makes the most difference is the fat you use. So there you go.